Welcome everyone back to Horror with Nadia with a new show tonight, not Horror Tuesday. But before we get into that, please do me a favor. If you're new here, please sub to the channel. If you've been here, please hit that like button and share out the stream. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. Normally, this is the Horror Tuesday night where I talk about what I've watched, what's in the news. But instead, what I wanted to do was once a month, get together a bunch of amazing women in the horror content creating sphere, come together and talk about what we've played, read, watched in the month of May, what we would recommend, and then what we're looking forward to June. So I have a great panel. I'm going to bring everybody on. And please, everybody, be respectful in the chat, I asked, and mods, you know what to do. So with that being said, technical difficulties as always, Sam, Trina, Kaylee, and Christy, Sin, what's up, ladies? Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, I figured we should go around and introduce. Some of you are new to like being on my channel, so we'll start with you, Sam. Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm Sam. Usually I'm with my partner, Brendan, but this is a women's panel, so boys are out tonight.
Very, very cool. Trina, how are you?
I'm well, happy to be here. I'm so happy you put this together. And I'm looking forward to this.
Very cool. Kaylee, how are you?
I'm good. How are you ladies doing?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
At least it's on Monday.
Yeah. Well, I'm Kaylee. I'm one half of that horror couple. Me and my fiance Rob, we do a horror review channel on YouTube, and we review like newer horror movies, and we also do like the Walking Dead spinoffs. We do like recap reviews on those. So we do everything from like newer horror, like The Walking Dead, and like trailer reactions, breakdowns, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's really fun, and we enjoy doing it.
Fair. Christy, hello. How are you, lady?
Hi, I'm excited about being here tonight with you guys. Kind of like Kaylee and Sam, I also host a show with my husband too. So this is definitely a different vibe.
Yeah.
We can let our hair down, just relax, have a mocktail, cocktail, whatever you want to do. And last but not least, Sin, how are you, my friend?
I am doing good. I just came off of a live stream talking about a horror movie, which is funny. So, first time here. Looking forward to the discussion. Horror is one of my favorite genres. I feel like with horror, there's a lot of searching for the pearls, because to me, most horror isn't that great, but I still like watching it. So,
Well,
looking forward
to
tonight's talk. Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting conversation because I was telling Sam backstage when everybody sent me their list, there's a couple of things I do like, but then when I came to myself, I was like, what did I watch in May I liked? I didn't like anything in May.
Oh,
no. So I have a unicorn. We'll see if we agree with it. I put it at the last. So we'll see. Let's say hi to the chat just real quick. Star Wars Marvel purist, force choke the like button on your way. Thank you. Is this N? Okay,
Enigma.
Thank
Enigma
you. Sin knows.
Severus. Yeah.
You guys don't know the lore of not. Trina does too. I don't pronounce names very well. I struggle very hard. English was not my first language, so it's.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So, and I grew up in a non-English, like mostly non-English speaking households. So I will sit there and watch YouTube, listen to YouTube videos of like how to pronounce names, and then when I go to record, I'm like, oh fuck.
What was your first language? I'm super curious.
Arabic. My dad's from Jordan.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never would know that English isn't your first language.
Really? 'Cause then you don't watch a lot of the streams.
I've seen you enough. I totally wouldn't. I mean, okay, that's cool.
Oh,
Very impressive.
It's bad. It's bad. Like, especially when I have panelists who know me, they're like, it's this word, not. Thank you very much. So Brendan is here. What's up? I'm here doing the dishes. So excited for this. I'm glad everybody's excited. Cece Mont. I love that horror couple. Oh, Anthony Mark is here. One of my amazing mods, Jake Martin. What's up, good gang? Rob James. Awesome lineup of you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Everybody's so sweet. I see Rio in here. See? Sashi.
Yeah, Sashi.
Ah, I got it.
He's from the future. He's like all the way over there. Like he's like 12 hours ahead of us.
Oh,
So we
wow.
call him our man from the future.
Mike and Serial, hello. Deleted scene. Corey's in here as well. Look at, I think I'm working my way, guys. Holland Oates, good evening, ladies. Jessica's here. Oh, that horror couple again. Another
Oh,
shout out.
thank you.
And I think that is everybody for now. All right, cool. All right. So everybody did send me their list. I'm going to pull it up. There was a little overlap with it. So I've, and the older stuff, I think most of us have seen it. If not, you're going to get spoilers. I'm sorry. It's just,
Okay.
if you haven't seen Hannibal, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh.
So
If there's
I'm gonna start
overlap,
off-
can we do our alternative or do we just still do the overlap?
what do you mean?
Like if we do have overlap,
Oh,
can we pull out one of our alternatives?
if you'd like to, I just don't have a visual for it. Unless
Oh,
if
yeah,
you want
okay,
to
I
private
get
me
it.
the IMDb, I got
Sure.
Trina did. But I mean,
Okay, sure.
I knew we were all gonna have a lot of us have overlap.
Yeah,
because
it's 1
to
month
be honest,
we're
there's
generally
yeah.
yeah.
And one of the biggest horror movies some of you got to see a sneak viewing of, but it's not even coming out until for the massives this weekend. So so the first one is Sinners. This was on Christie's list, and
Why did
this
I
is the
forget to
only
put that one?
but it's okay.
Because it came
Okay.
out in the very beginning of the month, and it's funny because
Yeah.
when I was thinking,
Did it
of
really, or
like,
was it late April,
dang,
y'all?
this feels like so long ago that we watched this.
I feel like it was April
I thought it was April.
It feels like it was.
because I think I saw it in April. I'm pretty sure. Okay, sorry, but someone watched it in May. Sorry, I was just like thought I had a brain fart about release dates.
I loved this movie. I fucking love this movie.
Yes.
This movie made me cry. There's not a lot of movies like in theater I will sit there and cry. I saw the 4K. I think I saw the 4K artwork for it that's going to be released, teasing it, and it looks great. Did everybody see this?
Hell yeah.
Twice.
I haven't yet.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. We can I think we could stay a little bit away from spoilers because
so new.
it's so new. I put fun facts. By the way, I looked up fun facts on it.
Jeez.
I'm from Chicago, and my stepfather is Black and has history and family and stuff that I know of and things, and the blues in Chicago, and it played just that end credit scene just hit me like right in the gut. So I loved this movie. I highly recommend Trina, Kaylee, if you haven't seen this, like go see it, or I think it's hitting digital in a few weeks.
That's what we were waiting on, the digital.
Yeah.
As soon as it comes out,
Yeah.
we're going to review it.
Yeah, same.
And I'm surprised. Don't let me all talk, but I'm surprised because I was a fan of Black Panther, but I didn't like Wakanda. So I'm glad to see Ryan kind of step out away from big studio in a sense, like Disney probably having their hands into everything. I would love to see him more into historic horror or horror in general to see what he can do without having people over him the whole time. But please don't let me talk.
I want to see him do a movie with the Native American vampire hunters.
That'd be
I
cool.
would
think a lot of
so be
people
there for that.
want to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
I would even like a series because then we can do different like cases or something.
That would be cool. There's a book that, and I can send it to you, Sin, that somebody recommended that if you like this movie and you want to watch Native Americans versus vampires, I think it's called Buffalo Hunter. I'm not 100% sure,
Okay.
but I can send it to you if you want more of that kind of genre story. I like historic horror. It's one of my Achilles heel. I just always love it. I love placing in actual scenes. And what I love about this is not a lot of pushback nowadays with horror. Everybody has to make everything some kind of issue, where it makes sense here because it's historic horror. Like it makes absolute sense how the story plays out and why the characters are. And to be honest, I like the first half of the movie more than the second half because it felt like you were immersed in that world. That world building was so well done.
Agreed. Yeah, there were some issues for me in the third act. but it was not enough to hold it back from me really enjoying it. I went to go see it again, took my brother and his girlfriend to see it, and I would like to go again before it's out of the theaters.
They're going to re-release it, I believe.
Okay, of course. I think it's still in theaters, right? Isn't it?
I think
Right?
it is.
Okay.
But this is a movie, Sin, I would highly recommend paying top dollar to see it in IMAX or Dolby just because of the cinematography
And the music.
The music.
and the music. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I made the mistake of seeing Nosferatu in standard first, and I was like, this is good. And then I went to go see it in IMAX, and I was like, what did I do to myself? It has grossed over 300 million worldwide and has become a box office success. The film blends historical drama with supernatural thriller elements, offering a unique cinematic experience. Why was this on your list, Christy?
I mean, it was an amazing movie. And it's one of those films that has stuck with me. Like, I constantly listen to the soundtrack. I walk around the house sometimes quoting some of the lines to like my husband, and we end up playing out a whole scene with each other. Like, it's just something that's kind of like stuck with us. We also took our teenagers to see it, and even they are walking around the house singing the songs and doing stuff like that. So I think it's just become like something that's stuck with us since we watched it.
Did you
I
guys
think-
see on Twitter? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nadia.
No. Go ahead, Sin. I've been
It
talking
was-
too much.
It was a production designer for the movie, and she was talking about different things that went into how they did the design. And she mentioned something about paying attention to the horses and getting reacquainted with the four horsemen or something, like little hints. And then that picture of Smoke and Stack, when they were at the very beginning, when they were buying that place from that guy, Stack was standing on this side, Smoke was on this side from your perspective, and behind Stack was behind Smoke was the barn, that place where they had the shindig, and beside him was Stack, but there was nothing behind him, which that's foreshadowing too,
Oh, yeah.
right?
See, I didn't pick up on that.
I didn't either till someone mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's actually really cool." Oh, and then the vultures flying
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how they follow dead things
Yeah.
because vampires. So I hope that there's going to be an audio commentary on the DVD
Oh,
on the
I love
Blu-ray.
I would love that.
I want to hear all the behind the scenes stuff. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, even their name, Elijah, and what was the other one? Their biblical names. I read like a whole.
Right.
I went on a deep dive Twitter thread of how this relates to the Bible and how there's
Mhm.
biblical, and it's just, I was like, this is deep. This is deep. I
Mhm.
think this could have beat Nosferatu if it had come out around the same time. To be honest.
Oh,
Because I think this is easier for we all go see these movies because we all review them. We have channels, right? So we look at things differently than a normal. I don't want to call them normies, but they are normies, normal
Yeah.
moviegoers. I think this would have been easier to digest as a vampire movie versus Nosferatu is a gothic story. I think a lot of people were expecting something very gory and scary, not realizing it's a gothic tale.
Right.
But yeah, I think this is definitely at least in top 5 this year.
Oh,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
It's it overtook my number 2. So
What was your number 2?
My number 2 was Warfare.
Oh,
So now
okay.
it's Warfare's in number 3 spot.
I don't do war
So, yeah.
movies. I can't do them.
I'm not a huge fan, but I just went because I'd been hearing good things. It's very well done. Not something that's easy to rewatch, though.
I'm with
But
you on that, Nadia. I went to go see Civil War last year. And those of you that don't know, my husband, he's in the military. So like watching that movie was like so triggering. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Oh, then you don't want to see Warfare.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's like Civil War wasn't
too
even
real-
about the military.
Yeah.
Warfare's very realistic and no score, which
Oh yes,
is
you know.
a different touch.
I
Yeah,
can't do it.
it's
That
intense.
really does make a big difference when the movie, like when there's no music in a movie, that is a totally different feel.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
effective in its absence.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
it's an
box
intense
office
movie.
roller
For sure.
said the walls vibrated when
My chest,
things were
my
coming out in standard
bones,
like
my
2D
rib,
standard.
yeah, my rib
Yeah.
cage was vibrating.
No thanks.
I don't. I love horror for the. I mean, I used to be a special effects artist. Like, I love horror because I can break it down in my head that it's not real. Well, certain horrors like
Right.
possession is another thing, but
There you go.
when it comes to war movies and stuff, I can't do it because it's too real. It's realistic. It's based off real things. So
Yeah.
I'm that's not a go for me.
Yeah.
Sam, did you saw Sinners as well, right?
Yeah, I loved it. And I have a problem with long run times, and I had zero problem with this one. Like, the acting is so good, the music, the cinematography, like the story, everything was just, you literally leave the theater and you're like, that was magic. Like, that was magic on a screen. Just so good. And I rated it, I think I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5. And then after I was like, why did I just give that a full score? Like, sometimes I'm scared I'm leaving the theater on an adrenaline rush and I'm like just gonna give it a 5, but now that I'm like sitting and thinking about it, I'm like, no, next time I watch that's gonna be a 5-star for sure. Like, everyone needs to see this movie, especially in theaters if you can. Yeah, really loved it.
I will definitely be buying the 4K steelbook for it because I'm very particular about what I buy for physical media. I don't just go. No offense, Sam. I know you got a huge background of just physical
That's
media.
all Brendan.
Mine is books. I have comic books and books. That's my forte. So like when I buy physical media, movies and such, I'm very picky about it. I bought The Substance last year, Nosferatu, Strange Darlings. This year I definitely would be buying Sinners. Fresh off the batch, brand new too.
Yep.
So
Same.
any questions, thoughts on Sinners? Why questions? Fucking thoughts on Sinners before we move on. I mean, that's a pair of Jordans I would love.
Love the acting. Love Michael B. Jordan was fantastic, and I could totally tell his two characters apart because they were completely different people to me.
Yeah.
Well, I got lost into it.
Sorry.
Didn't separate for it. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's also like sexy. Like, it's got some scenes in there. And as soon as Christy's like, "Oh, me and my husband acted out some scenes," I'm like, "Damn, girl, which ones you talking about?"
The only time they ever took me out was the cigarette passing scene because I could tell it's digitally added to next to each other. So it just but that's from me from working in films for 13 years, just like seeing that stuff. But past that, when they're talking to each other, and I thought it was two separate people. Like my mind was able to do that. It's not like a Eddie Murphy kind of scenario where he's everybody. So
Right.
all right, let's move on. All right, so I've got some beef with this. Clown in the Cornfield was on let's see, it was on Sin's list and it was on Kaylee's list. The book is on my list, not the movie. So I put the little book in the corner. This came out this month. I saw it actually at a drive-in, which I think was pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
That's fun.
The book is based off a novel by Adam Cesar. I think there's 3 books, by the way. It's a trilogy. It was kind of predictable, even though listen, I know I read the book right before I went to go see it. And I will say, given that I like the book better. Usually the book's better. It's pretty close to the book. There's a couple character differences that were tweaked, such as the main character. I think she's a little bit more obnoxious in the movie, where she's regretful about moving. Like, she holds that resentment towards her dad, where in the book she's a more understanding, which I liked. So there's a little bit of character tweaks. It's just it wasn't for me, but maybe it's not for my generation. That's some things are not meant for me. But thoughts on Clown in the Cornfield?
I like that. It was really fun.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're good.
The name is like, are you kidding? Like, really? But it was more fun than I expected. That's why I put it on my list, because I didn't outright hate it, and I did like that it wasn't 100% tropey in everything it did, and I liked the generational sort of commentary, like how a rotary phone is super important in a scene, and these kids, they had no freaking idea, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, that's my take on it. It's not super deep or anything, but it was fun.
I enjoyed it. It felt like Halloween because of the setting, I guess, to
Yeah.
us. When we saw it, it was just super. I love the like party in the barn kind of vibes and people in clown masks. Even though they didn't say what, I don't believe they said what time of year it took place in, but it felt like fall, like Halloween. And it just had all this stuff. Like it had a strong final girl, and, you know, like the killer was really cool. And the practical effects, like the gore and stuff, I really enjoyed. It was just like a super fun like slasher. And me and Rob love those, so that's why I had to put it on here.
It definitely gives a Midwestern vibe. I'm from Chicago, Midwestern vibe, and the Midwest knows how to do haunted houses. Definitely better than the West Coast for where I'm at now, but it definitely gives that. Maybe that's what it felt more like, a haunted house movie or trailer to me. The book is way more gory than the movie, but I think they probably scaled it back again for. It's definitely directed towards young adults, in my opinion. This which is not. There's a ton of young adult movies I like. Not Fear Street Prom Queen, but Fear Street.
Valid point.
Yeah. And I did like. You're right. It did kind of compare what the youth is going on. I mean, obviously, Arthur Miller was Elon Musk in some way, like a trope of it. Actually, in the book, he's more aligned with what people think Donald Trump is, because they actually say in the book, "Make Kettle Springs great again," like actually in the book. So, so they kind of, I think, dulled that down in the movie. Again, young adults, right? But I don't know. I don't think Friendo the Clown is going to be as iconic as Art the Clown.
No.
In my opinion.
Agreed.
Sam, have you seen this?
Yeah, I'm a big slasher fan, and I went into this one like I always go into a slasher just hoping I'm gonna have a good time, have some good kills, leave on a high, which I did with like Thanksgiving. I did with Hard Eyes. I know not everyone loved that one, but I did. This one was okay. I liked the atmosphere and like the setting of it, but I don't know, it just didn't hit. Like you said, I think it's not an introductory to horror per se, because there's some gore and stuff, but it's maybe more of an introductory to slashers, I guess, like for people that might want to get into slashers, that want something a little tamer. Yeah, I don't know why. I was also really jet lagged when I saw it though, so like I don't know. Might have to do a rewatch.
Somebody dressed up as Friendo at the drive-in.
Oh, really?
So.
Creepy.
Well, yeah. And I think the drive-in this is definitely a drive-in movie. Like if you got a bunch of friends, pack some snacks, go, pull up, get a bread of a truck, hang out. But it's definitely wasn't for me. But that's okay. If everything was meant for me, nothing would be for anybody else. Because I'm very particular on it. All right, let's move on. All right, I fucking hated this movie.
I haven't seen any Final Destination movies, so I'm so out of the loop on this one.
I loved it.
Look, there's on multiple people's list. Listen, I hate it because I don't like these movies. These are the movies that get under my skin, and I saw it in 4DX and had anxiety the whole time. My chat paid for me to see this movie. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen this movie. So I know this was on Christy's list. I know this was on Sam's list, Kaylee's list. Yeah, objectively, it's not a bad movie, to be honest, in the franchise. I've only seen 1 and 2. I was like, I'm done. I still don't drive behind trucks with things sticking out them. But this is just, and it was funny. It was quirky. I did like the ending. But fuck this movie, man. Rachel knows what's up. We paid, and we paid good. Before anybody says it, I just saw it. Jake Martin gifted 5 memberships, HorrorNet memberships. Thank you so much, Jake. I really appreciate it. I will play a clip for you. Give me a second. Sorry. Kaylee, German or Spanish?
I'm sorry?
German or Spanish? Just pick. German or Spanish?
Spanish?
Spanish? Okay.
Sure.
Good choice.
¿Qué haces, maldito? De lo contrario te arrojaré al fuego.
A la verga me vale verga, perro. Y cállense a la verga, hija de su puta madre.
I'm sorry. I was so confused. I was like, what?
I have that clip in German as well. Okay. Oh, Sin disappeared.
I
Okay.
Why did you guys
Let
fucking
me-
like this
let me
movie,
explain.
please?
I want to know why you hated it, but I love this movie. Okay, well, I'll put it like this. I love a lot of aspects of this movie. It is not superior in the lineup of Final Destination movies, but I think it was still a really good entry into the franchise. And it also gave us like this goodbye from Tony Todd, which was very emotional and so impactful. And I just thought it was just an amazing moment. And also the opening of this was so good. Like I thought compared to a lot of the other like visions, I think that this one was one of the best ones that we've gotten.
I agree.
I agree too.
I
Maybe
love
it's
this
more clear.
premonition.
Not fuck this movie, fuck this franchise. That's maybe that a little bit more clearer on it. I have a weird thing with death, like a weird, just we'd be here all day. And these movies just like hit that. It's like somebody taking a needle and poking it underneath your fingernail to me with these movies.
Oh my God.
So, it is traumatizing to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I should make them a watch
That's the
party.
point.
It's
It's supposed to be traumatizing.
I know, that's what I love about it. The
stays with
anxiety.
me, though. It stays with me though.
Literally for years.
And when I saw it at 40X, they would like spray air behind you or at your feet, or your
Oh
seat
my God.
moved and like water sprayed on you, lights. So
Maybe you should have watched it in IMAX.
Yeah.
they paid for 40X. They paid for. They got what they wanted.
Y'all should not have done that to her like that.
I have a weird thing with death on a horror. Yes, Gord. Yes.
Cord King, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay, Sin's gonna try to pop back in. She's having issues with her cameras. But Sam, Keely, this was on Trina. Did you see this yet?
Mhm.
No, I wanted to over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. But yeah, it's definitely on my list.
Godspeed. Man, okay. Anyway, yeah, okay, you both had it on your list as well.
I loved it. I loved all the characters. Like the kills were so good. I love the anxiety that these movies bring. Like as soon as like music starts playing, that you know there's gonna be a kill. Like you're like, is that gonna take that person out? Is that gonna take that person out? Like, I love it. And then when it finally happens, it's so satisfying. And like we had such a good theater too. Like everyone was oohing and awing, and we were laughing. Like it was so funny. And yeah, the Tony Todd scene, like, was the perfect send out. Like it was so emotional. You know, you got lots of lore in this movie too. I'm excited to see what they're going to do next with it. And I actually think this is one of my favorite Final Destinations. Like it's probably up there with, I love number 3. And I know some people don't like that one, but
I love it too. I love number 3
Yay.
too. Mhm.
love it.
Garbage truck girl getting knocked into the trash
The
can by
best.
the
It was so
Yes.
good. It was so
I-
good.
I did love the Tony Todd moment. That was ad-libbed by him. I think he knew he looked sickly. I think he knew he was closing in on the
Mhm.
end. So I really liked that the producer and director said, hey, just talk to the audience, talk to the fans. And I did like that. I get yearly MRIs. How do you think I felt?
Oh no.
Yikes.
I'm sorry.
That
Yeah.
scene was crazy.
And I said that on a panel, and then somebody brought up the story of the woman who had a toy injected in her, not really, or a man that didn't realize that even though it's silicone, there's still a metal part of it in the MRI. And when she went in the MRI, it shot out like
Ugh.
up,
Like a
Obviously.
toy, like a
Wow.
like a bzz, like a you know,
yeah, like
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah. And like, and then brought up
Okay.
the X-ray of it, and yeah.
I have a question. So they went to go get an MRI and they had that inside them. But don't they ask you, do you have any, like, even in your bra, do you have any metal in your bra? Do you have this, that? And he or she or whatever they went in there with it.
Let me see if I can find the news article.
This is absurd.
Oh yeah, here it is. Give me 1 second. I'll share this.
Oh my gosh.
It was a woman. Woman suffers injury after wearing butt plug during doctor's visit in an MRI.
Oh my
Oh wait, so
God.
it went that way or
So this is not the story. Yeah, so you can kind of see it like the metal pulled it upwards through the
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if they have to add that to the question form now going forward.
Yeah, please
I
don't wear
know.
butt plugs to I think it's to your question, Trina. I think it probably was a kink. Like they're like, because they last a long time. Mine lasts between 2 to 3 hours sitting in that machine. So they're probably like,
Yeah.
hey, why don't I just put this in and it's silicone, not realizing even though it's silicone, there's still like a metal part inserted into it.
Oh yeah.
The things we
yeah.
learn here, guys.
Yeah.
The things we learn here.
Jesus.
Hi, Sin. Welcome back.
Hey, sorry about that.
we're
All
referring to
good.
how
We're talking
long-
about butt plugs and MRIs. So
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I missed this then.
When you said mine lasts 2 to 3 hours, I thought you were talking about who.
I did too.
No, that's what I thought too. I'm so glad I'm the only one.
I was like, oh, okay.
I was like,
if
damn,
my friend
shit.
Dax is in the channel, that's gonna be clipped.
We're really getting to know each other.
Right.
I'm an open book. You hey, ask away. But yeah, I think so anyway, what I found out today was the oldest stunt woman, that's a fun fact right there, was set on fire. 71-year-old stunt woman.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Damn.
wow.
Listen, I get it. I thought it was over. Okay, maybe I didn't word it. Rachel, just girl. Oh my god, I'm gonna go get my album. Go watch this movie.
Okay.
Wait.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get an MRI.
I also like that. Okay, one thing I did like about it, it was the you would think like the cup of ice, right? The glass is gonna get it, but it turns out to be something else. So I like them diverting things. I also read that I think those of you seen it, when they were entering the hospital, it was very like ominous music around what are they called? The doors that spin.
Oh, revolving doors.
Revolving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was actually supposed to be, I think it's Darlene's death. She was actually supposed to die there, but they opted not
Okay.
to do that. They actually filmed it and everything,
Oh wow. Okay.
which I think would have been a better death, to be honest, than just something falling flat on her. But that's I did like the logs. Bring that back. Still won't drive
Mhm.
by.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But fuck these movies. Anxiety rides. It's like I don't understand why people like these movies. Similar why I don't understand why people watch like Faces of Death.
Mm.
Not saying you guys are weird. I mean, we're talking about butt plugs on my stream. So okay, Gord. Really, it's very smelly at night. Anything to add to Bloodlines? I know everybody pretty much recommends it except for me, but I don't recommend the series. So
No, it was great.
Yeah.
oh, and did you guys see the theater ceiling collapse during the Argentina?
Yeah, I
viewing?
saw that.
And I'm the crazy person for thinking these movies.
Did anybody get hurt?
No, I think injured, but nobody died, which was good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Injuring a viewer. There was and then there was another one where a lady, like a piece fell on her, on like her head and stuff during this movie.
Hmm.
Sure, I'm crazy.
So it was an
bring her back.
immersive experience.
Yes, very immersive. More
Yeah.
than 30X.
4DX Extreme.
Sin has seen this. Christy has
Yes.
seen this. Anybody else seen it?
No.
No.
Okay.
I'm
So,
excited
I'm gonna-
though.
What's it about, guys?
Oh no! Mm-mm, don't tell nobody what it's about.
Well, don't spoil it, but you know,
Well,
what was
the
your experience?
directors did right before it came on. They basically told you what was going on with the foster mother, which annoyed the heck out of me. I didn't
Yeah,
want to know that.
yeah.
This was made by the two brothers that did Talk to Me,
Mhm.
and I loved Talk to Me, and so I went into this movie with very high expectations, and I didn't outright hate it, but I feel like this is the weaker film.
Oh,
It still really pulls on those, the thing about Talk to Me was that it had a lot of emotional depth to it, and you could understand the motivations of the character even when she did stupid stuff. You understood why, and so that tracked for me. This movie, there is still that emotional underpinning with the characters. These the brother and sister, they lose their father, or the little girl's stepfather, his father, and they are not old enough to live on their own, so they end up like in a foster house. And the lady is shady. She's played by Sally Hawkins, and very disturbing imagery. Some parts. The reason I didn't care for this as much as Talk to Me was because there were moments where I felt like the writing was a bit weaker in some areas, like things that characters did seemed like it was done just to move the plot in a certain direction, whereas like in reality I just can't buy that it would happen. Acting was great though, but I felt like with this film they reached into the gore just to be a little gratuitous with it, as opposed to in Talk to Me it didn't feel that way, but then this one it did. That was just the impression I had. So I
Before you
liked
go,
it,
Chris,
but
I have a
not
question
in
for
love
you,
with it.
Sin.
Yep.
With the gore part, because I recently just saw Talk to Me for the first time. I
Mhm.
loved it. But
Yep.
the hell scene in Talk to Me was supposed to be way more gratuitous and way more gory, where they had to kind of scale it back, almost similar to Event Horizon, where they filmed it, but it was just too
And
much, so they scaled it back. So do you think maybe because of that, that's why they went a little bit
maybe I
more on the edge with this?
it could be. I didn't know about what you're talking about. But maybe they're like, we're gonna do what we want, so we're gonna show all this stuff. But I wasn't appreciative of it. I see a lot of gore. But sometimes what happens is sometimes I get desensitized to it if it's too much, and then it just becomes comedic to me. It wasn't comedic in this movie, not at all, but it felt like it was done. It was like, oh, that stuff we did in Talk to Me that was just really intense. We're gonna multiply this by 10 and show you some really gross stuff. And it was like, come on. Um,
I think that's
but
their thing though, because I actually watched them talk about Talk to Me too, like the sequel, and they said that they were gonna do more of what you
More of
mentioned.
that. Okay, well, I'll go in prepared, but I wasn't prepared this time, and so it kind of annoyed me a little bit because I
Mm,
felt like they were just doing it just for the hell of it, and so it's just like, oh, come on. But they're very talented filmmakers, and I really do think they tap into some pretty intense emotional sentiments. Like you could understand why the foster mom in here was doing the stuff she did, even though obviously she is like going way over the line. You could get it. You understood. Um, you could connect with her on that emotional level. So I really do appreciate about their horror storytelling.
Christy?
I actually like this one more than I like Talk to
Some
Me,
people do.
which is
Yeah.
crazy because Talk to Me I love that movie.
Right.
It's so good.
Hmm.
Um, for this one, I think I was going in expecting something, and they really surprised me with a lot of the decisions they made with the storytelling. Like I knew like the overall what was happening, but I didn't know how things were going to play out. And I always like that. Like I like to go into a movie and not know how things are going to go. But there was one thing in this movie that happened in this movie that I was kind of pissed off about. But other than that, I thought this was really good. I'm excited for people to see this movie. I agree, and these filmmakers are super talented.
Oh yeah, and they're YouTubers, y'all.
And it's crazy, right? Like they
Right?
started it on YouTube.
So cool.
Crazy. But I want to look inside their brains because I'm like, what the hell do you guys be thinking about when you write this stuff? But it's crazy. Yeah, it was really good though.
The reason why I held back watching Talk to Me is it's coming up on 3 years I've lost my mom, and it came out, and one of my friends was like, listen, if you're still if you're going through that really grieving process, and no grieving process is parallel, this is going to hit really hard for you. So I
Yeah.
would wait till you're in a better place. So I wanted to watch it before I saw this to kind of understand. And Talk to Me is my jam. I love horror that just makes you just gets under your skin and makes you think about life and the universe and afterwards and what's happening and stuff. And I feel like this is gonna break me. I'm seeing this by myself. My husband refuses to go see it. He saw the trailer. He's like, "Nope, I'm out."
I
So-
didn't watch the trailer, so I didn't
Yeah,
know.
well, I have to so my husband's not a big horror fan, but he will go see movies with me, but he has to see the trailer first, and he always gets 2 out for the year. So this is the one he's using 1
out for the year,
this
okay?
Yeah. Hey, he had to Speak No Evil last year. I hated that remake. But he sat through it with me. So ever since then, there's a rule. He gets 2 out of the year. He doesn't have to go see with me. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see this. I think is gonna break me.
It's intense. There, it's weird. Like Sally Hawkins, she was really good in it, very effectively creepy, but at the same time, kind of pitiful in a lot of ways. I'm
Okay.
curious about your A and B. Okay, no, I know about the B. What's the A? The hidden universe.
The film shares a hidden universe with the director's previous hit Talk to Me. That's all I'm assuming it's in the same universe as Talk to Me.
Oh,
It's
okay.
happening, which would make sense if this is what would you say, it's like a supernatural almost?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so
For sure.
it's probably the same world that it's
I
built in.
thought this was going to be I was expecting their next movie was going to be their sequel. So I was a little surprised that this
got
was not
delayed.
their sequel. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's coming. I had to do it's coming, but it got delayed, which is fine. To be honest, I rather movies are delayed if it's through the process of making the movie, if you want to make it right, especially with these two. It's not like
Agree.
a Warner Brothers, Sony, big budgeted movies. So take your time. Kind of
Yeah,
thrash it out.
absolutely.
So, all right, Trina. Trina is on a Hannibal rabbit hole this
Oh.
month. So
Yeah.
This movie.
spell us Manhunter.
Yeah,
this.
Manhunter. Yeah, so this was the very first movie that features Hannibal Lecter. And yeah, it's absolutely awesome. I've been doing the whole Hannibal Lecter universe, and yeah, this Manhunter is actually, they remade it, and it's from the book written by Tom Harris, and they remade the movie because the book's title is actually Red Dragon, and yeah, so they remade it and came out with the movie Red Dragon, which is a little more it's more faithful to the book. It's a better adaptation, but yeah, still a awesome movie, and it's very film noir also. Yeah, I love it. I loved it.
Hannibal Lecter would beat death in Final Destination.
I like that take.
And then William Peterson was so successful at getting serial killers, he joined the CSI Detention Bureau. Wow.
Yes.
I did not know that. That's a fun fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is that real? Is that
No.
true? Oh,
No.
banned for fucking with me.
He was being funny. But it would be cool if that was true.
That would have been cool, man. I was like, oh, I was still look at me. So there's Manhunter you saw, as well as Red Dragon.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
is the one I think I've never heard of Manhunter before. I only know
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, and so this has a young Brian Cox in it, which is
Yes.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch this one to see the parallel differences. So
Yeah, it's awesome. Like all the movies, even though like I said, this movie Red Dragon is like a remake of Manhunter. It's because it's a more faithful adaptation to Tom Harris's novel. Manhunter still has a lot of stuff in it that still fleshes out the universe. Like it should still be seen. It's such a great movie. Yeah, and it's like I said, it came out in 86, so it's the first time you see Hannibal Lecter, and yeah, and then we have the remake Red Dragon. This is Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, which a fantastic role, and yeah, he nailed it.
I like the fun fact here: the cinematographer was the same for Manhunter as well.
Yeah, yep, they did a fantastic job.
Question for the panel: have you all seen these movies?
Yes.
Or who has? Christy hasn't. Sin has.
No.
Sam hasn't. Haley hasn't. Interesting.
Yeah, I saw
If you like
Manhunter
serial killers,
way
slow
back in
burns,
the
they're
80s.
great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just watched Hannibal for the first time like a few months ago.
Listen,
I didn't
He's
like
he's not
it.
going to hit the same way as Anthony Hopkins. I'm just going to tell you right
No.
now. Say, all right. Okay.
Okay, so I was just gonna ask Hannibal the show or the
I was gonna ask
The
that as
m-
well.
yeah.
The movie, and then I watched Silence
Okay.
of the Lambs for the first time last year. I loved that one.
Oh yeah, Silence
one.
of the
Hannibal
Lambs
the
is
show. Sorry, that's what I was
cinema
talking
gold.
about.
Yeah, the show. So I just got done reviewing the show on my channel, and okay, so it's a bit of a different take, and it's not very it. In some ways, it's very a very close adaptation to the novels, but in other ways, it's also very different. So it's just kind of a different experience, but I absolutely love this series. But yeah, this movie, fantastic. I absolutely recommend it.
Yeah, the series, if you want, is very dark. Very
Yeah.
dark.
Yeah, it
And
is.
sexy in a way, weirdly.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah.
Yeah. But the practical effects for the show is great too.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely more practical than CGI utilized
Yep.
it. So I
Yep.
would recommend it.
Did
but
it end
is
on a
ridiculous.
good like did it end cliffhangery? Because I never finished it. I think I saw one season. I enjoyed it. I just never went back to it.
It
of.
had a definitive end.
Okay.
A lot of I would say most fans like the ending. I'm not a big fan of the ending actually, but the
Okay.
whole show itself, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's so glitzy and it was surprising that the whole show is, I mean, other than the obvious, like cinematics and stuff, it's all practical effects, which totally adds to the experience.
Okay. How many? Oh, so there were 3 seasons total, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good watch, to be honest. It's great storytelling. Writing's pretty strong throughout it.
Okay.
The relationship between Hannibal and Trina, who's the other guy?
Will Graham.
Will Graham.
Didn't they both
Gets
play
a-
in King Arthur together? I think
Gets
they
a
did.
little, I don't know. It gets a little weird. Maybe not weird. It just
Yeah.
gets a little too redundant. Like,
Yeah.
they definitely trying to force almost a sexual relationship between the two, like some kind
Yeah.
of. It's just weird. So again, the
Mhm.
show gets really dark. So I would go in cautionly because people think Silence of the Lambs, which is the next one, great movie. This is a classic, fantastic, one of the movies to win awards and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say this is a rainbow compared to the TV show on the difference of like in this movie gets pretty dark too.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Yeah, the show, because the show is able to delve into like the topics deeper and really get into the psychological aspect of things, which does create a kind of like a dark little universe of its own. It is. It's definitely like if you go into the TV series Hannibal thinking that it's going to be like the Sounds of the Lambs, it's totally not. Definitely different. It's more similar to Red Dragon, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also more similarities still to the movie Hannibal.
Yeah. And Silence of the Lambs is a good introduction movie to horror, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For people who don't like a lot of gory stuff, more thrillers. I think it's a
Mhm.
thriller horror.
Yeah.
I always look at horror as like an umbrella, and then there's like subcategories below for it. That's why my
Yeah.
pick will definitely be a horror movie. My gem. But this one Best Picture, Director, Actor, and Actresses in Screenplay, and it's one of the few horror movies to do so.
Mhm.
Yep.
I remember when that happened. It beat out Beauty and the Beast was one of the contenders for Best Picture, and I remember being a little annoyed it didn't win. But Silence of the Lambs is a great movie.
And it's iconic. It's culturally iconic.
Yep.
Everybody knows, put the basket,
Yeah.
put the lotion in the basket, and hit the hose
and the,
again.
and the
Like,
fava beans and the
Yeah. Yeah.
would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Like, like everybody knows this. So I would recommend, if you guys haven't seen these movies, go back and watch them. They're great. They're especially Silence of the Lambs. If I had to pick one of them. Out of all.
Mhm. Yeah. Agreed.
Last Straw. This was on Sin's pick.
Yes. This was kind of like a last minute watch because I only had like 2 on my list and I needed to get you 3.
It's okay. I only have one.
so I watched it. It was on Shudder and it was a quick watch, maybe 70 something minutes, and it's basically about this girl that works at this overnight diner and she gets terrorized. That it's a pretty simple setup. It doesn't last very long, doesn't overstay its welcome. I thought it was decent. The main downside to this movie though was the main character couldn't stand her. She was a terrible person. She was awful, and the reason some events happened to her was because of how awful she was to some people around her. I mean, she was very, very unlikable, and I didn't have a glimmer of like for her until like maybe the very final shot in the movie. But still, it's a horror film, very simple, and I didn't outright hate it, even though I didn't like the character. So,
Anybody else seen this one yet?
Yeah, I have.
Huh?
I really liked it actually. I just like randomly put it on one day and I was like, oh damn, that was pretty good. My partner saw the twist coming a mile away and I did not. So
I kind of
it always
figured.
goes over my head.
Yeah, I mean they obviously set up red herring for you pretty
Yeah.
good, right? Because it could be either way, but it didn't surprise me. But I still liked how things played out, even though I disliked her. I thought it was an enjoyable horror film.
I had an issue with a choice she makes, but I don't want to give anything away because I mean it's a major spoiler, so I'm not going to get into it.
I have an issue with a lot of choices she makes at the beginning, especially it's like you are terrible. Like I don't like you at all.
Yeah, she is pretty bad.
Oh, she's awful.
I love the
83
diner
minute
setting too,
runtime is
though.
great. Oh,
What's
sorry.
that? What's that, Nadia?
83-minute runtime. That's great.
Yeah, it was pretty quick, and of course that includes the credits. Sorry, so it's shorter than that. It was quick watch.
Sam, have you ever seen Legion?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's the theological horror. It's about a small diner in the middle of nowhere that all of a sudden gets invaded by demons.
Mhm.
Is like the simplest way I could tell you without ruining some of the major
Okay.
plot points. It has Vision, what's his name in it?
I know who you're talking about. Jennifer
Paul
Bettany's
Bettany?
husband, Paul Bettany. Yes.
Yeah. So I would recommend it's a fun watch. It's early 2000s, so it's CGI is a little off, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it centers around the diner. It gives off Maximum Overdrive a little bit vibes, where it's like a bunch of kooky characters stuck, surrounded by demons that can't really leave, kind of deal. So I would
I'll look it up.
yeah,
Okay.
I would highly recommend it. I'm gonna check this out. I put it on my list after you mentioned something about it, Sin, in the chat,
Oh, cool.
and I was like, Yeah, it looks interesting. I like Shutter originals, so why not?
Mhm. Yeah, Shudder's got quite a bit of good stuff. If you're a horror fan, definitely
Well, I
recommend.
mean, it's Shutter.
I know.
This I'm curious about this. Anybody seen this other than Sin?
No.
Have not
Okay,
even seen
Sin,
it.
go.
Okay.
Pitch.
Okay. So this is a Netflix. It's a Netflix show. Obviously, it says it right there. It's Argentinian, so it's in Spanish. And I like the chance to practice my Spanish listening. So I was like, okay, this looks cool. I like the poster. It's based on a comic from, I think, the 50s. And basically, the premise is I'm not done with it. I'm on episode 4, but I wanted to mention it because I was coming up short with things to suggest. It's this sudden weird thing happens, like the power goes out in this place, and then there's this snowfall that is toxic. And if you're outside for any length of time, like just a couple seconds, you just die. People just collapse and die. And it takes them, like the first 3 episodes, they're just basically surviving. So it feels like a post-apocalyptic type of thing. But then you start to see indicators that there's something else going on. Like you have no freaking clue what is happening. And they start to piece together, well, the reason for this snowfall is because something's happened, such and such, I'm gonna be vague, but then you eventually figure out there's something else at play. So I've gotten to that point where you're introduced to other elements that you didn't know about. And from what I understand, this show ends on a cliffhanger, but there is a season 2 coming. And I have not read the comic.
Oh, thank God.
So I don't want any spoilers, but I'm really liking it so far. Each episode is probably about an hour long, 50 to 60 minutes long. So it's taking its time. You're knowing all these characters. And like I said, first 3 episodes, they're just in survival mode, trying to figure out. It's showing these different things they do to try to figure out how can they go outside without dying. And as you can see, this guy, he's one of the main characters. He's got this mask on, and they're going and they're trying to scrounge and find stuff to survive off of. So yeah, it's definitely, first 3 episodes don't feel horror, but I mean post-apocalyptic's kind of horror for a lot of people, but then there's something else that's going on that's definitely horror related. So
Sin, have you ever seen Dark?
I have not. That's the German thing, right? The German
Yeah.
show? I have not, but I've heard it's really good.
I saw the
Have any
first
of you-
season or first
The first
couple. It
season?
was so good. I don't know why I
Oh.
stopped. I told Brendan we got to pick it up.
Is it done? Do you know?
Yeah.
If it's
Oh, yeah.
Done?
It's done.
Does
It's
it
done.
conclude? Because I hate going into a show
Yep.
if it's going to have a cliffhanger. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's
It is-
awesome.
I always
Okay.
recommend it, but it's a show that you cannot glimpse at your phone for a second. Like you have to be locked
pay
in
attention. Yeah.
because there's so many layers and it's generational, like storylines going, and you have to and watch it in German too. I mean, you can watch it in English, but their other show didn't do too well. I think it got canceled after the first season.
What was their other show?
83 or something. It's similar kind of concept, but on a ship, like a mystery that. But I don't think they got another season for it. But Dark is pretty good, and I would say it has a lot of horror elements to it as well.
Mhm.
You can kind of find horror in everything. Not just saying that because of my list. I'm curious about this one. This was on Sam's list. I have not seen this one, but Peter Pan's one of my favorite stories.
Oh, this came to my theater, but I didn't go see it.
I loved this movie. I'm eating up all of this Pooniverse or whatever the heck they're calling it.
Pooniverse?
Pooniverse.
Sounds so wrong.
No, I know it does, and I don't care. I'm here for it. I really did not like the first Blood and Honey, but I went and saw the second one in theater, and I had so much fun. I loved it, and when I found out that this was announced, I had just been like dying to see it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's still not in Canada, but Brendan worked his magic and got it for me. I think he got it for me just so I would shut up about it, because I talk about it every other day, and I'm like, is it out yet? Do we have it yet? Like, can we rent it yet? And so anyway, he got us a stream. We watched it, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's not like as like fun as Blood and Honey 2, but it's like really dark. It's really dark with the children, and like Tinkerbell has this crazy story. I'm not going to say anything, but like it's super dark too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just eating these ones up. So I have to put it on my list. I also didn't watch a lot this month, but even then I still would have had it on my list. So I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but
I want to see it. I love Peter Pan. I have a first edition, first copy of Peter and Wendy. It was a gift from my husband.
dear.
That's like this story was like it resonates with me. But I'm always in the conspiracy that Peter is the villain, Hook is the actual hero of the story. Because
Okay.
Peter wants to kidnap children and keep them with him.
It's
Hook
a
wants to
creepy
just
story
rescue
to
them.
begin with, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I actually do want to check this out. I think I was sick or something was going on where it was in theater for like 3 days here, but I had stuff going on, but I do want to check it out. I like the Winnie the Pooh stuff because it reminds me of like old school filmmaking. Like you get a bunch of kids together and you're like, okay, we're going to just wear crazy masks and like, you know, it doesn't have any concept or story. It's just like, we're going to slash a bunch of people and we're just going to have really cool blood effects. So it just I think it brings it back to that kind of horror making. Like it's not deep. It's just fun.
Yeah.
Like you just go
Yeah.
in knowing it's fun. But yeah, I'm going to check this out once.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
go
it's hit
into this
digital.
one thinking it's fun. It's very dark.
Okay, that's fine with me. I
Very
like dark
dark.
stories. Okay.
Is it done
Okay.
by the same people that did Pooh, Blood and Honey?
I believe
It's part
so,
of the
yeah.
Twisted Childhood universe.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah.
part of that. So I got super turned off to those guys when they started going after people that were giving them bad reviews. They were being
Oh.
so nasty. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to see your sequel. And I don't care how good it is. So,
Yikes.
like, I just, no thanks. This does look compelling, but it's like, if it's theirs, I don't know if I want to see it. It looks like it's
think the
probably better than
second-
Pooh, Blood and Honey, which I thought was terrible.
They got like a new
I feel
writer
like-
and everything for the second movie. I think they like
I heard
I
there
think
was
it's gonna-
improvement. For me, it was just more, what's the word? The principle of the thing. I just didn't want to
the-
give them.
yeah, okay.
I was
yeah.
very, very turned off by their behavior. But I did hear it was an improvement. So, and there's certainly a lot of material. I mean, a lot of those older things. Haven't they come out with a
Pinocchio one.
steamboat, Screamboat?
Yeah,
Steamboat Willie.
Screamboat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was here
Yeah.
for a little bit.
I think
I,
this one was directed by Scott Chambers, if I'm
Yep.
correct, and that's who played Christopher Robin in the second Blood and Honey, I believe.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cool. The connection with that. You know
Mm.
what? To me, is this every artist, not artist, actor, director should be like Tom Cruise. Don't join Scientology, but just thank the audience for seeing your movie and just move on.
yeah. Don't
Yeah.
don't be mad that
Yeah.
you get negative critical reviews because it's going to
Yeah.
happen, and don't go personally
Mhm.
attacking people, which is what they were doing. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, no
I saw
thanks.
Mission Impossible. It was definitely the weakest of the whole series, Dead Reckoning. But you know what? I still had a good time.
Dead
and thank
Reckoning
you.
or Final Reckoning?
Or Final Reckoning, whatever. The one that just got released. And I
Yeah,
went,
Final
you know what? You're welcome, Tom Cruise, when he came on the screen for me to be in this seat. So just thank us for people could be the nicest people. Just be like, you know what? If you didn't like the first one, check out the second one. That's
Yeah.
how it should have been.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with my pay grade. Anybody else seen this one? Wow, we're all I'm
Just
surprised by Kaylee. I'm surprised you guys haven't seen this one.
I know it would be right up our alley. I'm gonna look for it actually after this and see if we can stream it because Sam, you said it wasn't in Canada, so maybe it's here.
It's in
I
the
guess?
States. I
did-
think you have to pay for it though. I think
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
Oh,
available,
it's not
but
on a
Here
streaming
is Neverland Nightmare
subscription
Lucy.
streaming platform.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
gonna
like
check.
desperately trying to get this movie though. I was like messaging the people that made it, like tweeting at them and just crickets. I'm like, come on, I'll even pay for the screener at this point. Just give it to
Yeah.
me.
Oh, there's also Bambi. Bambi. the
Oh, yeah,
Reckoning.
Bambi.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's $12 on Amazon Prime to buy
Okay.
it. But to be honest, independent movies like this, if you can, I always recommend buying them because you support
Yeah.
the artist and the filmmakers.
I'll buy it on physical once it's available.
Yeah.
That's enough bitching. I'm done.
Yeah.
This is another one of your sandwich.
Oh, yay.
Brings me back to high school.
Yeah, this was a first time watch for me. This was a listener on our channel requested this one. Actually, it was not on my radar. I don't know if I would have ever picked this one up, to be honest. Like I don't know how I feel about musicals, to be honest. I still haven't seen Wicked. So anyway, because we were forced to watch it, I watched it and I ended up loving it. It's super gothic and spooky and futuristic. And I mean, Bill Moseley and Paris Hilton are in this movie. And it's just, it's wild. It's a wild, wild ride.
Did you see the remake? It's either a remake or sequel with Jude Law in it.
No.
I think it's just called Repo. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah,
a
I
musical
think
too?
If it's the one,
Yeah, Repo Men.
Yep, I saw that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have to look that up.
it's. I don't think it's from what I remember. I don't remember it being a musical, but it's based off of this musical. Like it's. So I wouldn't say it's a remake per se. It's just.
Oh,
taking the
Anthony
concept of
Stewart
this
Head is in
musical.
it.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Sarah Brightman from Phantom of the Opera? She was in this, really?
I think so.
Isn't
The
that
girl
Yeah,
her?
from
it has-
Spy Kids was in this too.
I was just gonna say Alexa Vega is the chick
Yeah.
from Spy Kids, isn't she? That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bill
It's
Moseley is in this one
basically
too.
Yeah, it's basically about a girl who's got this disease and it's in the future and there's this disease going on that like organs are failing and this rich family is basically selling organs and surgeries and they'll give you a payment plan and if you don't pay they'll come after you kind of thing. So it's like a super dark story, but the music is super fun and it's just wild.
I have to check it out.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but it sounds really cool.
Mhm.
I just put Repo Man in the private chat. I think it's Repo Men or whatever. Anyway, it's same concept. The synopsis you just gave is exactly what that movie is too. So I like the musical better because it has the campiness to it. It's a cult
Yeah.
classic, and I'm pretty old, so I saw this in post high school, so it was right on my jam. But it's fun. It's fun if you like musicals and horror and sci-fi.
That sounds right
Yeah,
up my
definitely.
alley. Yes.
I love musicals. I've seen Wicked
Yeah.
like 5 times. Cried
I
every
own
time.
it, but haven't watched it yet.
Really? I hope they bring it back for theaters for a run to see before the second one comes out in November, part 2. It would be smart on their part if they did that. But it makes me cry every time she sings Defying Gravity. Oh, her voice, just like I start like bawling, just tears of it. So highly recommend. All right, let's move on. All right. Walking. All right, Kaylee, we're finally to your picks.
Yeah.
Walking
I-
Dead season 2. Go for it.
Yeah, they did spin-offs for like the major characters, and this is the one with Maggie and Negan, and they're in season 2. It's basically shows, if you watch the original show, Maggie and Glenn had a son together. Negan actually, he killed Glenn in front of Maggie when she was pregnant with the son. So it's kind of a weird, interesting dynamic. It's like it does a time jump. So Herschel's like almost an adult. He's like 16, 17 years old now, but she still holds all that in and blames him. And it's just interesting how they pit the two of them against each other. And he's different now. Like he's a different kind of anti-hero type character. So it's been very interesting to see the character development between Maggie and Negan, and also to see Herschel because he reminds me so much of Glenn. And they do a really good job with the storytelling and stuff, bringing in like different side characters. And the spinoffs actually have more of a cinematic feel to them than the original show did. I think their budget's bigger or something. It just looks like the cinematography is like really well done, and like the effects and stuff are really cool. But so if you like The Walking Dead at all, I would say, give the spinoffs a shot because we really enjoy them.
All right.
Anybody else watching Walking Dead or Walking
I
Dead? Dead City?
stopped years ago.
I'm actually
Been
rewatching
back
the
to it.
original story now.
Oh, nice.
Because I had stopped watching, or like you said, Sam, like I stopped watching it a long time ago. But I was like,
Yeah.
I'll rewatch it and get back into it. So now that you've said what you said about Glenn, I'm like, this is why I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it-
know. People got mad about that.
I was so heartbroken, and I've never been able to rewatch that episode. I've only seen it the one time.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming because I've read the comics, so I knew eventually was coming. The show, I fell off the show because it has the same problem with I don't know about the spin-offs, but for the show itself, it lost me because it's similar to the comics. It had repetitive story beats.
Yes.
It would just change out like the villain.
The
but it did
location
same
and
thing.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. And at some point it just got too tiresome to me, so I just kind of dipped out. But I have a couple of the original comics for it. But I've heard nothing but good things about like Dead City and the spin-offs, that it brings life back into the franchise.
Yeah, I would
think
say
it's
so.
Season 2 or 3 where they're in the farm. Is it 3?
Season 2,
three.
right?
2.
right?
Okay.
I thought it was wait, was it 2?
leads
Yeah,
in.
3 they're in the jail.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
jail.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
They almost didn't get 3. They almost were canceled by 2. That's why 2 is set in one location due to budget decreasing.
Wow.
So they had a pretty good budget for season 1. Not the best viewership almost towards the end of the season. Season 2 that they were greenlit for, so they were trying to conserve as much money as they could possibly. That's why it's one location. That's why a lot of people don't like season 2, because it's dragged out a little bit more so in the dynamic of the characters versus like the zombies and the threat of them. But to me, retro looking back, I think the finale of season 2, when the barn opens up, is one of the most impactful moments of the whole series.
Oh,
I
at
agree.
the end, when
Yeah.
that
It's been a while.
that
We
was
can
pretty.
spoil it. I mean, like,
Oh yeah, when she comes out, that was pretty
That was
touching.
so crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
then
now
just-
she
crazy.
plays in a long running series called Bosch. She plays the main character's daughter. So it's kind of she's all
Yeah.
grown up now. But I stopped this show. Lord have mercy. I did continue to watch after the thing happened with Glenn and Abraham. But I stopped for the same reason you did. I knew Glenn was going to get it. I also knew Abraham was going to get it, but not for the same reason. Someone who worked on the set spilled information. So I was like, who gets it? So I was totally ready. But it got repetitive. I just lost interest. It feels like it was a few seasons too long.
the comics have that same problem. That's why I stopped collecting them as well.
I could see that they
similar.
that it could. What about the what's the Norman Daryl? What about that show? How do you guys feel like that compares?
It's really good. My favorites are Rick and Michonne, so I'm gonna pick that one over all 3 of them. But the Daryl show is really good too. It like takes place in Paris,
Yeah.
so it's like new scenery. They add in another familiar character in season 2, and then we're going into season 3 now, which will be premiering I think in the fall. So
Okay.
Rob and I are really enjoying it. But we've always been huge Walking Dead fans. I know a lot of people fell off. I will agree. It's been on for a very long time. So it's easy to fall off with that, but we're still enjoying it, and they're still coming up with new characters and new stuff to add in. So I'm just excited for all of them to come together eventually, hopefully in like a movie or one last season
like
of the Walking Dead. Yeah, like a
crossover.
Yeah. I want that so bad, but that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Yeah.
You want your end game. You want
Yes.
your all over, like,
There you go.
"Bruh,
Yeah.
Yes.
portals
Exactly.
opening up and they're walking. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. I would if you haven't read the comics, I would say go back and maybe start from the beginning, because there are a little bit of changes in the show versus the comics. I'm a big comic book nerd for like indie comics, especially horror comics. Like I have stacks of them, and I can recommend. Like somebody posted earlier today, they're like, "Hey, we're rewatching 30 Days and Nights," and I was like, "Bam! Here you go. Here are the comics. You should read the comics instead of just movies." So, if you haven't, I would recommend going back and reading those. Just fun refresher take. You can buy the big volume ones now.
I should, because I've never actually. My fiance's read the comics, but I never did. I just went into the show and followed it from the beginning. But I should check out the comics because I love the show. So
Yeah, just get your heart broken over and over
Yeah.
again in the comics. I will say Walking Dead was definitely one of its kind. I think it brought back horror for TV better than just being slop previous to that, where I think we wouldn't get shows like From, to be honest, like where it's money is put into the budget of these type of shows. AMC wouldn't have the catalog it would have without The Walking Dead, so I will say it did kind of open the door for a lot of things.
I agree.
For sure.
Okay. All right, here's my one. Listen, okay.
This is a horror. Okay.
It is a horror. It has horror elements.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
I'll go with it. I'll go with it.
All right, horror elements in the sense that the fuck. Now I can't think. What's his
Bob?
Bob, but the
Bob.
other one. His like darkness.
Void.
The
The
shadow.
void. It's scary. Come on, that's terrifying. To have
It's
something.
true. Yeah.
It looks. I watched the trailer. And I was like, that is mortifying to think you have a being that just like the shadow just overcomes you and like it like poof. You're. I actually liked it better than Infinity War instead of like the thing. Also, the whole mental health aspect and then being in purgatory as well. It definitely has different. Listen, I'm not saying it's cataloged as a horror movie, but it has horror elements to it that I could see expanded a little bit more on. I mean, this is I would say their dark universe in a sense for Marvel, and I use that with quotations. Don't come for me, comic book nerds. Okay? But yeah, this is my listen. I saw Final Destination Bloodlines. That was never going to be on my list. Clown in the Cornfield. That was not going to be on my list. I don't even know what else I've seen. Oh, Until Dawn, which I got another.
It
But
was,
Until
it was a movie.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. Okay? All right, I have so many issues
That's
with Until
okay.
Dawn because I was playing the game and I'm like, what the you could Wendigo's a really cool cult. Like you could do so much for it. You know what pissed me off? Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent. You know what? Everybody seen Until Dawn? Everybody?
yet.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna spoil it. Post
Just take your headphones or earbuds.
post
You don't wanna
credits.
be-
Listen, it's
Wave
not that
at
big
me
of a
when she's
spoiler.
done.
It's not a big spoiler, but post credit scene where they show the cabin from the game,
The
where
little
they're,
nod
like,
to the
leading-
game. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're leading into hopefully getting a sequel where they'll tell the game story that they took elements for the first one. Shut the fuck up, people. Like, come on. Like, just do the game story. The game story is actually a movie. You play a movie. You literally could be like storyboard the game too, and you'd have great. But it was so messed up. This whole timing thing, the cooler deaths, like we all saw in trailers, where it was like the guy that crawls up the wall. That was like glimpses on somebody's cell phone.
I was so mad about that. I was like, I want
Oh,
more of that.
it pissed me off so much. Like it was just a generic movie that you could have just put. You're okay, Sam. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Thank you.
It was so I just play the game. My recommendation is play the game, to be honest. The game is a lot of fun, and if you're not a gamer, it's literally playing a movie. You make the character's choices, and you might have to have quick reflex on like axing somebody or catching something, but it's not like Call of Duty or in a sense where it's those intense games. I don't know why they had to do this. So anyway, Thunderbolts is a horror movie. I don't want to hear anything less, but this is Until Dawn. Look at all the fun facts. This is the game, not the movie. I played the game
Oh,
for
the
the last
game,
2
okay.
months. This is what I would recommend. Because I said, again, future shows, you guys can recommend games, movies, books you've read, TV shows, as long as they have like a horror element to it. I'm totally game with it. The game is so good. And the twist in the movie of what it plays out way better in the game. Way better in the game. Actually, if you've seen the movie, you're still going to be surprised by the game because they just stole the name. That's pretty much it.
Dang.
That's pretty much
Well,
it.
and Peter Stormare, so.
Yeah. Well, 'cause they had to pay somebody
Oh,
to,
and pictures
you know,
of Rami Malek.
that.
You know,
That's
it's
about
on
it.
the
that's
file.
right. Yeah.
I noticed that much. I didn't play the game, but I knew at least that much. I like repeating day stuff. I didn't
But
outright
it's not
hate
in
it,
the game,
but it
though.
wasn't. Yeah, I know, but I mean, I didn't know anything about the game. I didn't play the game. I didn't even watch the trailer for this because I avoid trailers now more often than not. I didn't outright hate it, but it was just like, it's, you know,
Like
it's just kind
the-
of there. I
Sam,
wasn't
take
in
out
love
your
with
headphones again.
Okay.
Second. Those of you seen it, the stupid coffee thing. So you're telling me this dude has known this world, he's built this out, he knows this water is poisonous, and he's gonna put his coffee cup right down where there
Where
is
there
something
would be
already
a drip?
dripping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a kind of
Yeah.
a lame
So stupid.
way to do that. For
It
sure.
kind of felt like one of those movies. I don't know if you guys remember, like on cable, like the Sci-Fi Channel used to put out like horror
Yes.
movies made for TV.
Yes.
That's what it felt like to me. It was one
Yeah.
of those. I haven't finished the video game, but I've played a little bit of it. I really loved it, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be a cool movie. It's gonna be like the game. No.
No. And The Quarry, don't play The Quarry. The Quarry is just a ripoff of Until Dawn. It's the same concept, same kind of storyline. So just play Until Dawn. But yeah, it's that scene pissed me off. I almost walked out. I was like, I have to review this, but I'm so mad about this fucking movie. Because you could have had a lot of cool effects, a lot of cool character designs. Where's my big troll dude? He's in for like a second. I wanted to know more about that dude, the big guy in the sky, and he's just like, look, that's it. Come on.
yeah,
All right.
that's right. Yeah.
Sam, you can.
In the
You're
forest.
good. You're good. Sorry, Sam. Sorry, I didn't
That's
want to ruin
okay.
it for you. I didn't want to ruin
Appreciate
it. For
it.
you. But my recommendation is yes, play the game. It's a lot of fun. Again, you don't have to be a gamer. It's a cool storyline, so it's basically playing a movie.
I would just
And
probably
there
watch a walkthrough. instead
There's
of
so
playing
many
myself.
actors in this too. There's Hayden Panettiere in it.
Planetary, yeah.
There's also if anybody's ever seen the show Superstore, there's one of the actresses from there in this. It's like a lot of well-known faces you'll pick up on when you see, because they motion cap their faces onto the characters. But yeah, highly recommend. All right, I'm gonna pull up one more before we get into June releases, because Trina picked out, she just saw this one, Surrender.
Oh yeah,
2025.
I just caught this one today.
What is this about? How's it? Pitch it, Trina.
Okay, all right. So this is another movie about loss and grief, and it's supernatural. It's a supernatural horror, and there's a little bit of body horror in it too, and it's about a mother and daughter who, the patriarch of the family is dying, and the mother is desperate and chooses to go the occult route. I don't want to say too much because it will really spoil it, but just, the saying, like, when you lose someone, you say, like, what I wouldn't give for one more day, or just to have them back, what I'd give anything to have them back. It's a take on that phrase. I absolutely loved it, but it is, if you've lost your parents, or even just one of, like, a parent, this is going to hit hard. So yeah, be definitely, like, be aware of that. Very well done movie. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah,
Haven't
I'm
heard
gonna
this
add it to
one.
my list. It kind of gives me talk to me kind of feel.
That's what
And I
I was
love the-
thinking when you guys brought that up. Yeah.
And I like the poster. The background's creepy on it.
Is
Yeah.
this a Shudder? Is it Shudder?
I think I think it
let's see.
was.
It looks like it could be.
Let's see. I think you gotta have AMC subscription.
Okay, AMC. Yeah, I watched it on Prime today.
So it's okay. Yeah,
Oh.
because there's Prime, YouTube,
Mhm.
Sling and stuff. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll check it out.
Yep.
I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale because I wanted to watch something with
Oh.
female rage. So I need stuff to kind of.
My
I
favorite show.
I'm on season 2, so
Okay.
okay. I know.
Okay,
My friend
won't
was
say
like,
anything.
"Listen, you're gonna need to take a step away." And last night was the first time I cried. I cry a lot, apparently. Last night was the first time I cried because I've seen season 1 back in the day. I just never finished season 2. So, and I know it gets heavy, but I was like, I need something with female rage in it. Just like I just want. So
I cry
yeah.
almost every episode of that show. It's so sad and so good.
Does anybody have any additional recommendations before I pull up the June? What are the big 4 for June? And then we can also.
I recommend Dangerous Animals, which is coming out in June. I saw that
Okay.
last night. That was the Regal Mystery movie.
Was it good? What's it about?
It's about this serial killer that has an obsession with sharks.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. I posted the
Interesting.
IMDb in the chat before my camera kicked out. But I also put it in
Oh,
the Twitter chat
That's
with
my
you if
most
you want to.
anticipated of the year.
The poster is cool. The
I know
poster
you're
with the
excited
water.
about that one, Sam.
So yeah, I recommend checking it out. I thought it was a pretty solid horror flick. And Jai Courtney was freaking
Can't wait.
fantastic in here.
Perfect.
Man,
Mhm.
I don't
Right?
like
Isn't
the
that cool?
ocean.
So
Too well
yeah,
with
and
sharks.
it's
I
well,
love
yeah. If
shark
you're scared of
movies.
sharks, yeah. It was pretty efficiently paced. It was only
Okay.
about. It was under an hour and 40 minutes. So plus credits, maybe just a little bit more than an hour and a half. It felt like it was so much longer. That's not a complaint. I'm just saying that because it was just like,
Mhm.
you're just like, how much longer?
Yeah.
We-
I was like,
Did
did
you-
you not over yet?
Did you
Not
see
in
it
a bad
too?
way.
Yeah,
Not in a
exactly.
bad way though. I was like,
No, yeah,
I didn't
yes,
even know this was
exactly.
coming out in June, so I'll have to
Someone
add it
thought
to my
it was
list.
going to be just a streaming, but no, it's coming to my theater.
Okay.
I bought a ticket, but then it was the movie yesterday, so I canceled my ticket because that was going to be a double feature day and would be very long.
Mhm.
But so yeah, that's a recommendation for me.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Miss Sassy Pants. I didn't see you in there. Sorry, chat. I'm nervous, chat. It's the first time I'm doing this show. Jamma, I
You're
saw
doing
you as well.
fantastic.
Yep.
I saw you. Good night too. Good night, Jamma, Corey. Okay, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna add it to the list. All right. This is what I pulled up for June. And again, if there's something that's more indie, independent, like Sam, Kaylee, I know you guys like more Peter Pan's Nightmare, like that kind of, slashers that are just like, I don't know if I'm explaining it. You know what I mean? Like not make
Yeah.
you scream, okay?
Yeah.
Which is totally fine. But these are the big four. So other than Dangerous Animals, sorry about that. 28 years later, The Ritual, Megan 2.0, and then the TV series Hell Motel, which is a Shudder exclusive, like original series. So this is what I pulled up that is coming out. I will say I'm really excited for The Ritual. I'm very nervous for 28 years later. I think Megan's going to be fun because it's pretty much Terminator 2. Judgment Day.
That's what I heard.
Hell Motel. Yeah, it is. And Hell Motel looks interesting. It looks more like a whodunit kind of horror series for Shudder. But
Okay.
any of you guys interested in any of these? Any of these?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
All of
Megan,
them.
Yeah.
28 years. Maybe The Ritual. Had not heard of the Hell Motel show, but no, I'm interested. So yeah.
Yeah.
Rituals has Dan Stevens and Al Pacino.
Which is why
Oh.
I'm watching it.
That's why I watch it.
Okay.
I like possession horror, so like anything like this kind of stuff, and just the posters I was looking at them looked great.
Yeah.
28 years later makes me very nervous because 28 days later, masterpiece. I loved it. It's great. 28 weeks later is other than the opener is pretty weak in my
I've
opinion.
seen it only once. I don't remember much about it.
I haven't seen
How many years has
I-
it been since that one? And now we're getting 28 years later.
Almost been 28. It feels like, but maybe no, not quite. It's been a long time.
I just
Long
watched
time.
28 Days Later for the first time with Christy. We did a watch along and
And?
I liked it, but 28 weeks later, I'm going to probably save,
haven't
I
seen that
think we're
one
saving
either.
it for the week before the movie comes out because gotta get pumped.
I think 28 Days Later hits differently because it was like guerrilla style filmmaking and it fits that genre. I am very worried about it having a big budget like they have for 28 years later. It looks
And
too
this is
clean
a two-parter, I heard.
Yeah, no, 3. There's going to be 3 movies.
Really?
Cuz
Oh,
Nina
okay.
I can't think of her, she did Candyman. Everybody thinks it was
Nia DaCosta.
Yeah.
thank you. Everybody thinks it's Jordan Peterson that did Candyman. He's just a producer on it. She's the actual director for it. So
she
is directing one of the 3. Not this one, but I think
Oh.
it's the second or third one. So
I was not happy with Candyman. So, ooh, okay.
I wasn't happy either, but I think
I love
Candyman is-
I thought it was good.
You should rewatch
it was
it.
I think I need to rewatch it, to be honest, because I was sick when I saw it initially. But I love the original so much, and I'm from Chicago. Like that's my hometown horror villain, right? That's my guy, Tony Todd. So like, it's a lot to live up to, and I don't think the remake lived up to it. But again, I was sick. Similar to what's the movie everybody talks about that Ryan Gosling did a sequel to? A Blade Runner. I saw Blade Runner once. I was super sick. I hated it. But everybody's like, you got to go back and watch it when you're not like high up on fucking NyQuil. So I'd be willing to give it a second try. I like her. I think she could do 828 like in the genre. It just makes me nervous, even though Alex Grand and David Boyle are coming back. Anyway, they're coming back for this. It's a little too late, I think.
Yeah, I don't really have any expectation, so
maybe that's a good thing. Don't have
maybe it'll be
expectations. It'll be.
I get burned too many times when I do, so
I feel Alex Garland kind of has hit or miss though with things like too. So it'd be again. I think the big budget is what worries me. I like the first one because it was so downscale and it felt like you were in somebody's life and watching somebody go through this. And then the second one was a little too big of a production budget. It just felt too much cinematic. And I'm worried about this one being that way.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I'm sure we're all excited for Megan 2.0. Okay.
I am actually. I enjoyed the first one.
Fun. Yeah. I love the trailer.
Yeah, I do too. The first one, I like the fact that they decided to go the comedy route. Because the first one, I know that you were trying to take it a little bit more seriously, right? And let's be honest, it's pretty funny. It's not that serious. It's probably an introduction to horror. 2.0, I love how they're like, you know what? Everybody thought the first one was more funny than scary. Let's just lean into that. Lean into what Chucky would do later on in the series too, in the franchise. But yeah, The Ritual I haven't seen a trailer for, but I'm sold with Al Pacino and Dan Stevens, so I'll be seeing that. Is there anything? Death of a Unicorn.
Oh.
I did not see that
Was
one.
that in April? That might have been in April. Maybe I did. I don't remember. I didn't consider that horror enough to mention for some reason. So
I think they had too many rewrites for that script because that's just the chemistry with the cast didn't work either, in my opinion. The unicorn looked pretty cool.
They did look cool.
Yeah, they looked very
gory. Much more gory than I thought it was going to be. It was okay. I didn't hate it, but I
like
didn't
Cabin
love
in the
it
Woods
either.
unicorn better. That seemed better. Is there any other things coming out in June? Or it doesn't have to be a June release. Anything you guys are planning on watching, binging throughout June?
Well, there's a movie coming to Shudder called Best Wishes to All. It's a Japanese horror movie. Best Wishes to All.
Oh, I see it here. I've got a list of June stuff coming up. So I see it here.
I didn't get to go watch it, but everyone I talked to afterwards said it was like amazing. And I think it also won Overlook's scariest feature film. So I'm looking forward to watching that when it comes on Shudder. I think it comes out June 13th.
Yeah, I love foreign horror. Have you ever seen? Oh, there was a Korean one that came out last year. Oh, and I can't even think of what it's. You would think I would know the name of it, right? When it wrecked me. Wasn't The Wailing?
No, that's a few years back.
Terrible.
It's gonna bother me because it's a very interesting name, and I can't even.
What was the premise?
It's about Exorcist.
I think I know.
Exhuma.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Really good. Yeah.
I like that because it also highlights the conflict between Korea and Japan too, and to go through that.
Because you really know the history of that historical element. So that was good.
And if you know the history between the two countries, it adds even a deeper level to the movie. I recommend it. It's great, but it will wreck you. Like it's pretty that kind of stuff. When it comes like supernatural, but it could actually happen. That's why I like religious horror so much. I'm raised Catholic. We have guilt.
Yeah.
demons are everywhere. But when it comes to that, and I think foreign horror does that well.
Mhm.
yeah.
Blending that kind of because it's so
Yep.
much into their culture.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Have you seen
that's-
Sleep?
I have not. I've not.
Okay,
Should I-
add that one to your
okay.
list too. I
Okay.
think that
Sleep.
might also be Japanese or Korean. I can't remember, but that was really good.
Okay, I'll check that one out. Leap.
I think it came out last year.
Oh yeah, it's right here on the. I'm looking at top Korean horror. It's Korean.
Okay, yeah, that was really good. I actually could not sleep after.
Oh,
That's how I was with Exhuma. I was like, all right, I gotta watch something happy. Like, you guys ever have to do that with horror movies? We all watch so much of it. Do you guys have a go-to show or thing that you do? Okay. Me, it's
Horror.
Seinfeld or Superstore right now.
Yeah.
you mean like to cleanse your palate from the
Yeah.
horror? Oh,
Yeah, just
no,
to
not
your
really. I
mind
just
be a little
go
bit
find
happier.
another new movie to watch.
Reality
Um,
TV for me.
Reality- 90
Lots
Day
of it.
Fiance before.
No, more so like Temptation Island, Love Island,
Oh,
all the
okay.
oh
islands.
Love
my
After
gosh.
Lockup. Love
Love
After
After
Lockup is my
Lockup.
jam.
Okay.
I like that one. But I always
There is
feel like,
oh no,
Go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
no. Go
I
ahead.
would just there is a movie coming out. It's a werewolf movie coming out in June. I like werewolf stuff, so
I do
that's
too.
the only thing. It's
Mhm.
called Alma and the Wolf. I have
Let me
no
pull it up.
idea if it's gonna be any
A
good. But
werewolf
look.
movie was the first movie I worked on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I built the whole prosthetic face and teeth for it.
What was this movie?
It's a short indie film. It's called
Oh, okay.
Hellcat and Tala.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Here, I'm gonna. Oh, wrong one. Where is it? We're gonna share. Did I? No, stop that. Add that. Hold on. I can probably pull up a photo of the prosthetic, but pitch this one. Sin, why are you
Oh,
excited?
I because it was werewolves, and it's considered they call it a supernatural mystery, psychological horror, and supernatural mystery, or something like that. It's a horror thriller mystery. So I like mystery elements intertwined with horror stuff, and I like werewolf stuff. It's not usually done right, but I like Bad Moon, which is it's not that great of a movie, but I enjoy the heck out of it. So I'm looking forward to this one. Just found out about it because I pulled up a stuff of horror movies for June. So I'm gonna check
There's-
it out.
I'm very curious to see how the indie films are gonna do. With summertime coming around, a lot of times people don't they don't stay at home to watch movies, but we'll see. Yeah, okay.
Christy's got to go. I think she's got to
Oh.
get the unicorns to bed.
Sorry about that. Christy, go ahead. What do you got going on next?
Oh, I'm gonna be real, you guys. I've been in hibernation mode right now.
It's okay.
Because we're getting ready to move. And I think I mentioned my husband's in the military. He's actually getting ready to go on a tour for a whole year. So
Oh,
we've kind of been spending a lot of like QT time together. Not
I
really.
will
not
pray
much
for him.
content. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
But yeah, so but you guys can still, check out our content that's currently on our YouTube channel, In Love with Horror. You can follow us on Instagram at In Love with Horror as well. And yes, keep us all in your prayers, guys, if you guys pray.
Yeah.
Or your thoughts.
Well, thank you, Christy, for joining tonight.
Yeah.
You're always a pleasure to have on stream, so you're always welcome on my
Thank
channel
you.
anytime.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great night, and thank you for having me. And I can't wait to see you guys next time.
it was
Have a
great
good
to meet
one.
you.
It was great to see you.
All right, okay. This is what I did.
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
So this is the test final results that we had. These are old photos. They're on my Facebook and stuff. So we sculpted the teeth and the nose and ears. And this is my first time learning how to do that. Oh, wow, why did
That's
do
sweet.
that? So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Thank you. It was 13 years of my life working in Hollywood. So,
Awesome.
I don't have anything else to cover tonight. I think this was awesome. Sam, what do you have next? What do you got going on?
Oh gosh, we've
And
got
thank you, mods, for dropping links. Anyway, go ahead.
We do a lot of live streams. I can't think off the top. Oh, my birthday stream's coming up. We're gonna do a summer horror movie bracket battle on June 3rd. And then Brendan and I are hoping to get back into our physical media count. So we're counting the entire collection as well as talking about the movies and marking down how many we've actually seen in the collection. And then we do this segment called He Made Me Watch, She Made Me Watch. So I just dropped the video for channel members and it'll be released to the public tomorrow. But Brendan made me watch An American Werewolf in London. Speaking of werewolves, it was my first time watch. So yeah, he'll typically try and get me to watch the classics I haven't seen or just stuff that I probably wouldn't pick up myself. And then I make him watch female captivity movies and shit he won't watch because that's what I love. So that's what we got
you'll
going
like
on.
Dangerous Animals then.
That's why I was excited for it. I love sharks. I love female captivity. So I was like, this is made for me.
Did you like the transformation scene in American Werewolf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't just let your channel members and go subscribe to her channel if you want to know her full thoughts on it, guys. Jake, thank you again for dropping links. Trina, what do you got going on next?
All right, so on my channel here on YouTube at Real Horror, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be reviewing the movie Hannibal, and that is going to wrap up the Hannibal Lecter universe of movies because I'm not getting into Hannibal Rising. Not a fan of that one, so yeah, I'm just skipping that. But yeah, that's it for me. This was awesome. I loved this stream, and it was so nice to meet all of you ladies.
Same. Happy to have you, Trina, as always. Happy to have you on panels, in chats. I always see you. So thank you so much for joining today. Keely, what do you got going on next?
We are still doing our weekly recaps on The Walking Dead Dead City that we talked about. There's like 8 episodes, and I think they're closing in on episode 4. So we have a few more weeks of that, which will be fun. I want to definitely check out Dangerous Animals. I think that one and Bring Her Back will definitely do reviews for on our YouTube page. And we also just started a channel members page. So we do like extra reviews and stuff on there that we don't put on our main page. So if anybody that's subscribed to us, if you're interested in that, that's what we've got going on right now.
Very cool. Sin, what do you got going on next?
What do I have? Hold on. Okay, I got a quick take movie review for Friendship coming out maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna go see Karate Kid on Thursday, so review for that. Ballerina on Monday, so review for that. That's the immediate that I can think. Oh, I'm gonna go see Tornado, a movie called Tornado. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
It looks interesting, so I'm gonna go see that on Saturday. So those
Very
are
cool.
the potential upcoming reviews.
Nice.
Awesome.
As for this channel, we'll be back on Thursday for the Last of Us Season 2 finale. Womp womp. And then Stranger Things Friday. We're continuing with episode 3 and 4 of Season 3. Saturday will be the members watch party. We're watching Megan. So if you would like to join us, what I do is I do play the movie in the Discord. It is pretty slow, but usually what I'll do is just say, hey, we're going to start this movie at this time. Just give the 3-second delay and we'll watch it together. So we're going to watch Megan. Next month is going to be Jaws. I already picked it because it's summertime. And then I'll be back here Tuesday with a review for Bring Her Back. And I don't know what else I'm going to watch this weekend. I'm going to see what I got time for. But thank you, ladies and Christy, for you guys for joining me today. We will be back next month. This show will always be the last Tuesday of the month in place of Horror Tuesday. And if you know a fellow female horror content creator and you have a recommendation for her to join us, please just DM me. If you're watching this on replay, let me know what you've intaked for May and let me know what you're looking forward to in June. So until then, as always, guys, you know what to do. Stay spooky.